In this particular video, we are going to see about the central dogma of molecular biology. We can also call this as the central dogma of life because our life depends on this most important mechanism. It's not just an important mechanism, it's one of the most interesting mechanism that's happening in our body. Imagine there is a person staying inside a location and this person wants to transmit a secret message to another person in another different location. How this person will be doing it? Nowadays we have a lot of encryption process, so the message can be encrypted and the message can be decoded by the person who receives it in the other end. The same mechanism is happening inside our body in the case of the DNA, RNA as well as in the protein production. So how it's happening? We'll see it. If you see this particular image, the first one here is your DNA. Already we have seen from our previous video that is this DNA is present inside our nucleus. So basically the DNA inside the nucleus has to produce the protein in your cytoplasm. So already we know that the DNA can't move out of the nucleus and produce this protein. But how to do this? So the first mechanism is called as replication. So the DNA, just to make this protein production process to happen, it does a duplication process. That is, a single DNA strand replicate itself and it produces another DNA strand. So now inside the nucleus there is going to be two DNA strands. So from this two DNA strand, one DNA strand is going to go for the next process that is called as transcription. So what's transcription? So basically the term transcription means you are transcribing things. So the DNA, which is a double-stranded structure, is going to be transcribed into the second form, that is RNA. And already in unit 2 we have studied the different types of RNA, the one among which is mRNA, that is messenger RNA. Yeah, that's what we are going to have here. This RNA that is produced after the transcription process is none other than your messenger RNA. This messenger RNA is now going to carry the message out of the nucleus. Yeah, as I already told, DNA can't escape out of the nucleus. So this RNA is going to escape out of the nucleus. And how it's doing it? Whether there is any secret passage out of the nucleus? Yes, there is one. If you have seen very closely the structure of nucleus, which we have seen in unit 1, the nucleus has a nuclear membrane surrounding it, and in the nuclear membrane they have a portion called as nuclear pores. These nuclear pores act like the passage for this mRNA to escape out of the nucleus. Once this mRNA has escaped out of the nucleus, it reaches the cytoplasm, which is the fluid filled space inside each of the cells. And in this particular area there is going to be huge number of ribosomes. Some ribosomes can be freely available, some can be present on the endoplasmic reticulum, which we call it as rough endoplasmic reticulum. When this mRNA that is transcribed goes and reaches the ribosome, that's where our third process that's going to happen, which is translation. So translation, as the term means, the message which is already transcribed from DNA to RNA is going to be again translated so that you get to your protein. So basically in your central dogma of molecular biology, the double-stranded DNA first undergoes a replication, makes its own copy, then the one copy of the DNA is going to undergo the transcription, so the double-stranded DNA gets converted into a single-stranded RNA. One extra point that you need to remember here is the nucleus acid base pairs in both the DNA and RNA is also going to differ. For example, DNA is going to have A, T, G, C in it. But if we take the example of like RNA is not going to have T here. So it's going to have A, U, G, C. So the message is also going to be differ from the DNA and RNA. But the basic message which is already available in DNA is not going to be ruled out. And the second change is in DNA you are going to have both exons and introns, that is the coding regions and non-coding regions. But if you take the case of RNA, the RNA is going to have only the coding regions. Yeah, that is only the exons, because that's the only portion which is going to code for your proteins. So that's the speciality of this transcription process. With this RNA now joining with your ribosome, as well as with your tRNA, it's going to undergo the translation process, from where each of the triplet codon available in your RNA is going to code for one particular amino acid, and the sequence of all these amino acids produced from this mRNA is going to form your specific protein. So basically, from a gene, you are going to get a particular specific protein. This process is what called as the central dogma of life or central dogma of molecular biology.